To be quite honest, I didn't know if I would even be able to speak to you all today, considering our current circumstances. Having looked forward to this opportunity for such a long time, I didn't think anything could make me any more grateful to be delivering a parting message to the Cranston High School West graduating class of 2020. Before I begin to address the class, though, I need to take the time to deliver a sincere thank you to the faculty, staff, and families of West, to the Cranston Public School System Administration, and to all of the essential workers listening to me today. As everyone knows, we would not have made it to this moment without your hard work and dedication to our well-being. I know that high schoolers may sometimes have a bit of an attitude, but trust me, we understand the sacrifices our families have made in order to better our lives, and for that, we will always be thankful. But now I would like to turn my attention to my classmates. Guys, please take a deep breath. We've made it. Together, we've celebrated all victories, big or small, and now we can finally say that we've graduated. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we actually learned a few things along the way. While I don't really know who gave me any authority to stand up here and give advice, or if I even have this power in the first place, I would like to share some of the most important things I figured out during my time at West. My original speech concerning this topic was 12 minutes, but wanting to stay consistent with the high school experience, I've decided to read the SparkNotes version. Number 1, work ethics are like snowflakes. No two are the same. All kids exhibit passion in different areas, and these areas, whether involving academics, a part-time job, or athletics, for example, deserve more than anything to be respected and encouraged. Number 2, just as one often seeks the guidance office in search of snacks, shout out to my amazing counselor, Mrs. Valino, one must seek guidance in all areas of life. Never be afraid to ask questions and always assume a growth mindset. Number 3, the only competition that truly matters is the one you have with yourself to always strive to be better than you were yesterday. Unless, of course, you're playing girls' tennis, in which case, roll Falcons. Number 4, as you may have guessed, I take academics and hard work very seriously, but I've found that the relationships you build with those around you have just as much of an impact on overall success. So prioritize those most important to you always. And finally, number 5, there truly is no better group of people to make up the next generation than those graduating today. We as a class were put on this earth by some force that already knew all about our capabilities and our resilience. We were made to create change, and though we may occasionally be a bit of a nuisance, we will never lose this unwavering passion. Now, after contemplating for weeks exactly how to properly end my final opportunity to address this group, inspiration struck in the shower one afternoon. I don't know if it was the 30 days in isolation at that point or the burning hot water, but I thought I would be able to best sum up these past 4 years using an epic poem, something that tells the story of characters overcoming great feats and celebrates their achievements. Because, my dear class of 2020, if any group of students deserves having their achievements celebrated, it's you. Although what I'm about to share has literally no other traditional characteristic of an epic poem, I've decided to claim artistic license and run with it, so here goes. The parents producing kids in the years 2001 and 2002 had no idea what would become of these unique few. Watching us grow up in all areas of the city, state, and country, the world waited with bated breath to witness the fate of the fabled class of 2020. The night before the first day of our freshman year, Cranston West stirred with anticipation at the very thought of welcoming the class that emulated the mysterious power of this new generation. Now, freshman year was certainly no easy conquest, and I still shudder at the memory of taking a Foundations of Physics test, but we remained in place despite being told to go home by the class of 2017 and shook off much of the nervousness that accompanies being the age of 15. In this 1 year, the seed of greatness had been planted, and as we began to leave hints of the future, the community could not help but be enchanted. Each of our subtle victories comprised the overcast of red clouds that began to creep into the sky, and this class, so overloaded with talent and drive, caused the air to electrify. After months of my parent can take if yours will pick up, sophomore year hit and left us more than ready to enter our respective activities with a 16-year-old confidence that gripped many. The members of our class rocked varsity sports, theater, academics, music, and art, and the administrative emails almost ran out of space to list all of our accolades, even though this represented only the start. As juniors, we battled the infamous standardized test, ripping through difficult courses and stress in an attempt to complete our high school quest. However threatening this stage appeared, we fought back with our 339-person force, going on to win state titles in fundraising, Skills USA, and sports. Once our senior year arrived and the red clouds broke to unleash the ultimate storm, we greeted the fall by running through the halls in a mighty all-black swarm. Taking breaks from applying to college to upset LaSalle and Cumberland, we left no stone unturned, letting the rest of the state know about the alpha status that we had rightfully earned. While the class of 2020 resume is certainly riddled with stories of high-achieving students and teams, we go far beyond the traditional well-rounded high school class in our characteristics as human beings. We're made up of volunteers, fundraisers, and essential student workers who complete their homework after 8-hour shifts, and we have an endless supply of compassion and empathy, constantly displaying these special gifts. But because of that fateful day in March, this poem must be left unfinished, though there's no doubt in my mind that this experience will only further memorialize our class's unmatched greatness. I cannot pretend to know exactly what is in store after we go our separate ways, but I do know that in each of our endeavors, the class of 2020 will never cease to amaze. So my dear classmates, though that epic concludes only one element of our story, it will certainly be told for years to come. I know that I'm being very cliche, but it really is difficult to put into words how privileged I feel to have been a part of this class. I will miss you terribly, and if I could continue making you guys Quizlets throughout college, you know I would. Thank you for simply being yourselves, and I hope that you enter the world knowing that you have the ability to change it for the better. Stay in touch, and I wish you all the best. Love always, Isabella Corso.